Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and here today with a very special piece of pre-owned inventory. This one is a 2023 Panamera GTS. Now, in this video today, we're going to go through kind of the basics of this car, touch on some of the high points, but there's a lot of very unique stuff about this car. This one is part of our exclusive show car program, which means it's an opportunity for us to get a little bit indulgent with our option selections and put a whole bunch of stuff in a car that is really, really cool, but that frankly, we don't see all the time. Not everybody knows it's available. So with a few models each year, we'll take them into inventory and spec them especially high at some really, really cool stuff just to show it off and kind of demonstrate to people what you can do. So we will do a more in-depth video on this car where we talk more about the kind of subtle highlights, those more rare options that we've selected. But in this one, we'll speak just kind of in general terms and again, touch on the high spots. So let's get started. Starting with the exterior, this is Amethyst Metallic, which is a phenomenal color. I love it, quite a rare color, and one that in this video, you're probably not getting the full effect of, right? I think in photos, it's largely the same thing. It's a color you need to see outside in the sunlight to get the full impact of it. Being called amethyst, it is kind of a purple color, but depending on the light it's in, it might look just black. In fact, when I came down and took a look at it yesterday, it looked basically black at first glance. It's not until you kind of, move around it and see how the light's bouncing off that purple comes out, then the metallic will come out and it looks really, really special. So it's an awesome color that I love. As I mentioned, we'll do another video. There will be a bunch of media that we produce about this car to kind of get the word out about some of the cool options. So keep an eye out for that, or do come and see it in person to get that full effect. So yeah, color is awesome. Should have mentioned too, being a GTS, that means it uses the 4-liter twin turbocharged V8, which makes it sound phenomenal. All these GTSs will get sport exhaust as well to really dial up and even emphasize that sound that much more. It is twin turbocharged, as I mentioned, and it makes 473 horsepower. So quite a bit of performance there. Being a GTS, as I mentioned, sport exhaust is standard. So is a sport design body kit. It looks a little bit different than the other Panameras. This particular one has the sport design package in carbon fiber, so there's a few extra carbon bits on the exterior, as well as a bunch of other carbon stuff that we'll dive more deeply into in that other video. All the GTSs will also have things like the Sport Chrono package and air suspension, so all that's optioned here without being visible on a build sheet, as it is just standard equipment on these GTS models. These wheels were an upgrade. Standard GTS wheel is a nice black wheel. Most people would go with that. It's the RS Spider wheel. This one is the 21-inch exclusive design wheel. I think it looks great on this color. It works very well with the car. Outside, well, we'll leave it at that for now for our purposes today. Let's move to the inside. The inside of this one is the GTS interior package in chalk. So the GTS interior package you can have in a couple of different colors, but really when you're selecting the color, it's not so much the color of the leather as the stitching. All right, the leather interior is black, but with the chalk stitching throughout, as well as the embroidered GTS on the headrests and a couple other little touches. The standard version of that would be to have the race text, or formerly known as Alcantara, in the seat centers and leather elsewhere. With this one, we opted to just have it entirely leather rather than having that Alcantara in there. Can be a really nice option depending on kind of the build you're going for. But with this one, we decided leather was the better way to go. And then of course the premium package, which will put in just about everything in this car. That means it has heated seats front and rear. It also gets the Bose sound system, gets the blind spot warning. On Panameras, you also get soft closed doors in the premium package, which on any other car we offer it on is a single box you have to tick. So I like that it's in the premium package, so we see it on more Panameras. It's a nice option. I think it's under-selected on the Cayenne. Also, you get the, what did I mention, the Bose, the Matrix headlights. So you have the auto high beams, but the more advanced version, not the ones that just turn the system off, but there are 84 individual LEDs, and it turns off only the specific ones affected by that car as it drives by. So you have much greater nighttime visibility than you would have without that system. Also the assistance package, which gives you a handful of other things like the full 360-degree surround view camera, the head-up display, and the what was the other one? Of course, the adaptive cruise control. So you can set your following distance from the car in front. If they slow down, then this one slows down for you to maintain that set gap. Another performance option we added to this as well is the rear axle steering. So at higher speeds, the rear wheels turn with the front wheels to give you that greater high-speed stability. But then also at lower speeds, what it does, say you're in a parking lot, it turns wheels in the opposite direction to shorten up that turning circle. So the Panamera is quite a large car. This is when I do recommend that feature on it. It makes parking in tight spaces a whole lot easier. And I think that's just about everything for our video today. So again, if you want a more in-depth kind of deep dive on some of the highlights, keep an eye out for that video. But if you like what you see already here, do give us a call or pay us a visit to learn more. Thanks very much for watching.